Wait, my mic's been off the whole fucking time. Ah! Holy shit. That's hilarious. That's terrible. Okay. 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 I've been chatty. I've been saying all sorts of kind of stuff. And yet, my mic has been off. That's so fucking right. That's so stupid. Oh my god. Wow. Hmm. So we do want the expiration. I've been talking about this whole entire state manager system. I was doing all these nice drawings and my mic was off. Wow. Terrible. Awful. 0 out of 10. I should go and like stop it and like lose my mind and not think about these things. Okay, wow. So I have right here is the thing that's me on the stream. It's very distracting. But like I don't know. When I looked at it, I saw that my mic was off. So at least I did that. Okay. So we don't want the we do want the expiration inside of the state, inside of the struct manager, because it does tell us when states are consumed over here. As for how long it lasts. Do I want that to be universal? I think I do want it to be universal for now. We don't need the cleanup interval inside of here because the cleanup interval just happens when we're actually doing the cleanup itself. Okay. Then this down here is self.states.write, states.remain. Okay. I think this should be okay, but now we end up with the same problem where we have the mutable reference that we don't necessarily actually want inside of here. So, what was the issue? Borrowed data escapes outside of the method. So if I recall correctly, if I have this right, the reason why it escapes outside the method is because this thread right here, that's not thread, this task, it's static. I think that's what it is. And this right here is not static, it's scoped. So then when async move happens, it tries to borrow it and it tries to take it from it. And that means that it's trying to move something that's in a lower scope, or higher, I guess, than the static itself, because static is the lifetime of the whole program. And then what it does is it tries to, I don't know, conglomerate all of it together. And, you know, um, conglomerate all of it together. And it says, no, you can't do that because of Rust reasons, which do make sense. So I think, what was the solution I had before to this? So the solution, okay, so State Manager does have access to the states itself. I think I do want it to act on the features object. I do want it to act on the State Manager struct. Hmm. 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 So that's because we have self inside of here. So whatever we use, I don't want to do self.clone. That doesn't make sense. So rw lock. We'd have to deal with instances. Let's ask cursor this. Is there a way to specify it that our task we spawn in start cleanup task only lasts as long as the state manager object does? I know there is, and I think that's what we had before. Yeah. I don't think arc is the right way to do this. Because there's no point in counting these. Well, no, it's when the state manager is dropped that the tasks should end. What's the join handle? Hmm. I almost like number one, except I don't think it makes sense for us to create an arc when we create the state manager. Like we need to grab a weak reference to the state start cleanup task using self for grabbing the states, maybe? Hmm. Yeah. No, but why would... No, I don't think... No, I don't think we should use arc all for this. No. Oh, come on. So... This is so fucking stupid. Holy shit. Whatever. Whatever. Hmm. Oh, weak only comes from arc. Oh, I see. No. We definitely shouldn't be using. Neither of these make sense to me. The arc pattern doesn't make sense because the input for the start task should be the object itself, not some wrapper for it. Well, so I do have multiple references to the state manager. So I do have a reference counted state manager in the app state itself. And we do have it that way because we are going to have multiple references to the state manager. I still don't think that that should be the input for it. Hmm. Nah, no, 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 no. Let's start a new one here. Ugh. To make the start cleanup task take a in to state itself and start task, but we can't do that the if the task has a static lifetime. Is there any we could make the task No, I don't want to use I don't want to use arc for this. I did not tell you to change the code. Okay, okay, okay. Let's see, let's see, let's see. Hmm. Is there a way in Rust to make it that a task only lasts as long as the as long as a reference lasts? Okay, let's see. Yo, yo. Okay. Mm-hmm. Scope tasks. I think scoped tasks are a thing Tokyo might support. No, they're wrong on this. No, wait, hold up, hold up. Mm, really funny if we go back to having arc on the state itself. Because then... Ha... So let's think about this. The state manager points to the hash map, which tells us whether a certain state is valid or not. But, there are multiple different tasks that might want to reference the state manager itself. But really what they're referencing isn't the state manager. Well, I mean, oh God. So here's the thing I'm getting confused about, or I'm thinking about here. So let's see, can I delete all this stuff? So right now, right, I have the like arc block. How do I? Is there a way for me to change the size on this thing? Here. No, no, there isn't. It makes me sad. It makes me sad. Let's change this down to like less than 40, maybe. How about we change this to like, no, not, let's, change. Can I just type this and change it to 20? Change it to 20. 20. Okay, there we go. No, 20. That's what I wanted. Very sad. Okay, so let's say so right now we're going to have multiple tasks running whenever we have a certain request that's hit. So like you might have somebody, so let's say this is the web, right? This is the internet up here, right? This is the internet, the inner net up here. Wow, I'm really good at spelling. I'm really good at building things. And we have our service up here. We have our server. And we basically make it like 50 different requests at the same time over here. So for every single one of these requests, that's going to spawn off a task. So I'm going to draw that in maybe purple over here. So that'll generate a task. And these all kind of go concurrently as it stands. Very sad. Now, here's the thing. We want to have one state manager. So we only have one state manager in memory. And it's static because we want this to be referenced by the whole server. Static. How do I got to get better at this whole entire writing thing with this pen. Wait. I got to figure this out. Static. Okay, so this is static, so we only want one thing. So this is static, so there's only one instance of it that exists. So the thing I'm thinking about here is the way that we make it so we can reference this at the same time is what we do is we pass this in the... Sorry, no, I think I have this wrong technically. So it's not the state manager itself that's static. It's the app state that's static. Let me have this right. Well, is the app state static? No, the app state isn't static. No, the state manager technically isn't static either. Um, hmm, I'm having thoughts. Get the state manager up here. We have all of these that are going. They're trying to access this. So the problem that we're having is that each one of these needs to have access to this object. So each one of these tasks that's shot off need to have access to this. So that's the problem that we're doing. But we need to do this safely. Uh, right now, what I have is I have an app state. Man, I'm terrible at drawing this stuff right now. And the app state contains the state manager. The app state. It contains a state manager over here. And this naturally gets passed into all a clone of this. So a clone. So all of these right here get access to a clone. So how do I draw this properly? So this one, it goes, let's draw a method as like, this is terrible, but like let's say clone. Let's draw that using, no, I need a different color for that, a slightly different color. Let's call that the clone method. This is because of the way that Axum is designed. We have a clone method down here. So each one of these objects, and I'm just going to drop all three of them for now. I'm just going to draw with one because it's easier. So what it does is it hits this clone method, grabs a clone, and then it continues doing its own thing with the clone. It has a clone object here, so it has its own app state. App state clone. App state as a clone. So this object, the app state clone, and this object up here, these are located in two different parts of memory. So this app state, right now, it's in the main scope. As you can see over here, I generate this app state up here, and it has these objects, and then we pass it in. So this right here has the scope of the main over here. This app state's clone right here, this has the scope for each of these threads. So let me put this right here. Now this clone needs access to the state manager over here. Now the thing that I'm just a bit iffy about is I don't like to use memory more than I need to for things. Because that's dumb. Memory for things that we don't need is bad. Ooh, there's a recommended stream bit rate I need to think about at some point. So, no matter what, this object, the state manager, also gets cloned. Because when you clone, I believe when you clone this object, it clones the individual ones inside of here. So we get the SM clone also as part of this object. So let's draw that out. Actually, let's do purple first. So let's get the state manager. up here. Let's make sure it's clone. God, I have such beautiful handwriting. It's amazing. And this is, wait, I can use the right click, can't I? I can use the right click. And that's in the app state clone. So these are not the same object. But the state manager itself, right? So if we just talk about the state manager object, so the SM itself, let me move this up a little bit so it's easier to see. So the SM itself, right, the state manager object, this thing. Let me put this down. So let's separate this out. Oh, no, 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 I wanted you to keep that. No, 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 no. What happened? I don't want soft proofing. I don't know what soft proofing is. Stop it. How do I get rid of soft proofing? Control Y. Did I do it? Okay, there we go. I don't know what happened there. Let's see. Is there a way to make this a dotted line here? Let's see. Is that going to do anything? No, it doesn't do much. I'll just try and shit out. See what happens, guys. I gotta be like some kind of version of a dotted line that I can use, right? No. Wait, hold up, hold up. Oh, this is cool. I can like look here. Yeah. Huh. Huh. Wait, what's this? Oh, no, that's not what I wanted. That's cool. That's a bit big. Okay, let's see. What's this one do? It doesn't do anything apparently. Because I'm using it wrong, I bet. I don't care. Whatever. I just want a dotted line. Why is that so hard, guys? Oh, that's good, I think. Okay, so now I can go back to the normal ones. I think I was on this one, right? Yeah. So then we have the state manager itself. We have this object over here. And this object, a different color for that one. I don't know, I'll use red for it. So for this object, for the state manager, so this object has to reference a hash map in a way that's useful because a hash map is what we use for the mappings for instances or whatever. So we have this object over here, and let's call this the actual states itself because that's what it's called. So the question is, how do we make it so that anytime we clone the app state, naturally this will get a clone also. So we clone the state machine itself. Did I call it the state machine? State manager. Manager, not machine. State machine is a very specific word. Okay. And for that, what we do, or we need to do, we ought to do, is we call a clone on this over here. Well, we need a way to okay, but this is the high level for it. So when we clone the state manager, then we'll clone the arc. We clone the arc, we still get the reference to the underlying object. Maybe that works for us. I don't know. I don't like having an arc around the states. Because if we have an arc around the states, it really feels like, to me, so this, we have to have a task over here. Maybe I need a bigger thingy. Did I go to black? Okay. How do I make my thing bigger? Oh no, that's not what I want. Oh, that's useful. I could like zoom in if I need to. Okay, so no, that's not what I wanted. Come on, come on, come on, come on. No, no, I'm left clicking. I'm left clicking. Okay. Okay. Hmm. That's cool. Okay. So we have to have this task that exists separately, and this task has reference to the state object. So the state. So we have a task. Do you have a task? I could have solved this so much easier or quicker if I didn't have to explain it to you people who do not exist because I have 0 viewers right now. Wow. So this task needs access to the states over here. The task needs access to the states. That's the problem because the task doesn't clean up on the states itself. The task has a static duration, has a static lifetime. I mean, I guess maybe we just do an arc around it. But there's going to be only... So if we do an arc, then we can pass a weak reference to the task over here. So this task, it's doing its thing. It does its thing. And we need a reference to the states. I mean, we could get it with a weak reference if we use the arc. But I don't like the idea of an arc. I guess, okay, so there are going to be multiple references. Okay, so here's the thing. If we have an arc, right, I feel like it should be around the state manager itself. And the reason for that, I think, okay, that's I should step back a bit so that I can explain it a bit more. So the reason why I think that it should be around the state manager itself is that every single time we have a route that comes in or somebody like queries and asks the server for something, we do a clone on the app state itself. And to me, I would think that that would mean that we want to clone the state manager, and then that um, we reference that object. To me, the thing that should quote unquote clean up. I don't feel like the state counter, like there's only ever, so the reason why I don't like putting arc around the states is that like there's only going to be like one reference to the state at any given point. And that's going to be in the state machine. It's not going to be in the singular state machine object. It's not going to be in the there's not going to be like 5 different threads. There's only one thread that is doing the task that we're talking about. So there's only, well, okay. State machine gets cloned. when the state machine gets cloned, then there's multiple references to the state itself. But I don't feel like the task itself should. Let me look this up. Are there weak references outside of Arc in Rust? Okay. Uh, like the state manager itself. The state manager itself doesn't. So if we think about it as just being like a pointer, right? So states is a pointer to the hash map. The hash map exists in memory. The arc contains this pointer. Not the arc. The state manager contains this pointer. This pointer itself, I guess there are multiple references to it throughout the entirety of the program, regardless of whether the state manager itself has multiple references to it. So if we think about the arc as just being a pointer, a special kind of pointer, I guess this works. I don't like it. I don't like it. But I'll do it anyways. Make me sad. Make me sad. Okay, I guess I'm convinced now. I need an interesting streaming setup that like works because I have this like tablet here. The tablet's like a thing. It's not, but okay. Okay, so the hash map itself. If I were to put an arc around the hash map itself, do I need the RW lock anymore? I don't know. I don't think so. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so Arc doesn't provide synchronization for writes. Okay, that makes sense to me. Okay. I guess I'm doing it. Off again, that's sad. Okay. How do I get the weak reference to it? So we start the cleanup task over here. Control L, control blank. Yeah, I guess it makes sense if you think about arc as just being a pointer or a version of a pointer. I guess reference is the technical word for it. Yeah, so what was the pattern for it here? What's the name for it? Self dot states dot. Is there how to get a weak reference? Weak reference. Weak reference arc Rust. Where is it? Hmm. What's the difference between atomics? What's it? No, this that tabbing doesn't work. Okay. Okay. Yeah, because then that gets there. It's not actually the. Is that the dereference? Like, what type is that? Hmm. Oh, that's annoying. Huh. Why? Okay. I guess I just need to get the fucking documentation. Okay. I don't need from raw. I need weak. It's not weak that upgrade. I see. So it does turn into an option here. Let's see. Oh, I forgot. And dates else Is this right? State option. That's the problem. It's not unwrap. Yeah. Wait. I have the if let's right here wrong. Hmm. I don't like the if. Oh, so I do have that wrong. But why is it like that? If. If let sum max equals config max. What's what's sum do in Rust? Oh, wait. Oh, wait. Hold up. Oh, that's interesting syntax. So, if this enum matches the states option, I see. I see. So what's wrong with this? So let's just ignore this for now. Control MI. Wait. The state's option is an option. No, fucker. You fucker. You fucked me. Sorry. Control MI. Okay, I guess it doesn't need to be mutable there. Okay, there we go. All right, do I have this right? Do I have this right? Okay. State's option if sum of the state lock. Yeah, we do the states lock there. And that's the states. Okay. 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 Yeah. So why? What's it called? A weak pointer? States. Oh, I guess I should probably F2 it. Is this state expiration declaration necessary in the start? I don't feel like it. Why am I even asking? I could just test it. Okay, let's see. Okay, it is. Okay, so it takes ownership. Interesting. Interesting. Ah. Dang. You can't selectively move things into the closure. That's sad. I mean, it makes sense. It does make sense. Okay, that's life. That's life. Bingo, bango, bongo. Okay. Okay. Yeah, we don't need state expiration there. No, no. Um, we just need the state expiration. Cool. Why are you freaking out on me? Oh, it's pub. Okay, that's just me being stupid. Pub. Um. I don't. I don't. Oh God. God, this is so fucking stupid. Why do we need two arcs? Why do we need two reference counted things here? Why the fuck do we need two reference counted things here? What the fuck? Okay. 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 So, ah, we do have multiple pointers to the state manager that exist in all these threads. That's so silly. That's so silly. And then I guess technically because of that, we have multiple pointers to all of these read-write locks on the hash map. God, that's so stupid. Okay, whatever. 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 Ugh. Okay, does this thing build? Let's see. I'm on. I'm on. I'm on. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I know. It's stupid. It's stupid, but it built. It built. Okay, let's save that. Let's do Control Shift Enter. Control Shift Enter is my thing that gets the it uploads to it does the push to my repo or whatever the fuck, all that stuff. It does the cool thing in Cursor where it automatically generates a name for it or whatever the hell is going on. So that's a thing. That's a thing. That's a thing. God, it's so fucking silly, but like I guess it makes sense. Like I don't like the idea of an arc a reference count. What's the technical name? An atomic reference count, right? Atomic reference count. A reference counting pointer, atomically reference counted. Shared ownership over a type T. We only need shared ownership over this, over the states up here. We don't need shared ownership. Like using arc to solve this down here with the cleanup task, like this is so stupid because we're only going to be using this cleanup task once. This hurts my soul, but I guess I'll do it. Which is sad. That's life. Okay. How long have I been streaming for? I makes me cry. Makes me cry. Makes me cry so very much. So very much. Alright, what's it say? What's it say? Huh. I've been streaming for about an hour and a half now. Interesting. I gotta ask some questions. Okay. Okay. On YouTube Live, how long should streams last to maximize viewership? Give me all the deets. Give me all the deets. I'm gonna use the bathroom while it does this for me. I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. Let me check. Is my audio still working? Yeah, it is. Cool beans. Okay. Whew, 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 whew. Yeah. Okay. Interesting. Dang. 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 2 to 4 hours. That's a bit. Yeah, it gives 20 minutes into a stream. That's interesting. That's interesting. That's interesting. That's interesting. That's interesting. That's interesting. Okay. 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 God, this is so stupid. But I guess it's the way it is. The way I gotta deal with it. Okay, back to the main task we were handling. Okay. So, the reason why this whole entire thing came up, I thought about this too much. This one stupid issue too much, but whatever, that's life. Okay, there we are rewriting our uh, log into OAuth set from Go to Rust. We have done it partially, which is cool, but what are the next steps for us? So we have the state manager, we have the state itself. Okay. Okay, let's change that. Yeah, God, this is so silly. So let's go back here. So we have the app state right here. The app state gets passed to the router. The router then has this over here. Okay. Yeah, we need to do the next steps for it. Can you check the Go code and what it into Rust? Bing, bang, boom, bada boom. I just don't want to think about this. Yeah, tell me more about the OAuth callback handler. I know I could do this myself, but I'm being a lazy shit. So right now we do the OAuth login. The OAuth login is. Why didn't you just jump over here? So the OAuth login takes in the app state. We check which provider it is. So this provider string, we parse it to get the OAuth provider. The OAuth provider up here, it should be Google. Do we have a parse method for it? I don't know. Provider string.parse. F12. Oh, we do have the from string. It's right here. Providers. should we put providers in its own folder file? Yeah, we should put providers in its own file. Providers.rs. Okay. Why did it do that here? Fuck off. 2, control up. Why are you causing problems? Why are you causing problems? Lemmi. How do we reference the state manager here? Do we not reference the state manager? We do. So how do we... Oh, is this because of the mod file? I bet you this is because of the mod file. Yeah. What the fuck happens here? What does pub mod do again? It means we're using this thing. Okay. Sorry, I'm a little bit tired. Well, just a little bit tired. A little bit tired. Just nice and colorful. Wow. Okay. Okay, so we got the OAuth login down here. So the first thing we do is we figure out, is this a legitimate OAuth provider? If it is, we let the OAuth config is equal to this .oauth config. Yeah, OAuth not configured. That's right. Some config. It's not state is equal to that. We build the URL. We build a response to it. Yeah, we know it's safe down here. We create the cookie. Although we put all this inside of here, it's safe because it's formatted okay. Yeah. OAuth working. I'm so tired. I didn't say to edit anything, motherfucker. To edit anything, you dumb fuck. You dumb fuck. Undo that. Motherfucker. Yeah, you can see my Svelte files in the background over here. Okay, let's see. I know, technically not a query, right? I'm so tired, motherfucker. I'm so tired. I'm sleepy. I'm sleepy, sleepy, sleepy. What's the thing? I made a document that shows how this works. So you generate a state. Wait, I thought in the login process for ours. Is that not quite right? I forget. It's like we do. I don't believe it. I mean, it might be right. I might just be being stupid. I'm probably just being stupid, but I just don't believe that that makes sense to me. API 12 handle OAuth login callback F12 set cookie bad request status bad request get authorization Parth get authorization URL. I just don't remember honestly. I don't. I just don't know if that's the case. Oh dang, I have that wrong. Oh, I'm so tired. Do I have this right? I have this. I think I have this wrong. Oh. Does this change what you guys see? I don't know. This is from the nice motherfucker. Us. being stupid? I'm being stupid. I'm being stupid. And we confirm that they did. Oh, so we're not actually querying it. We're just building the request. I'm so fucking tired. My brain is zapped. My brain is zapped. Uh, do I call it? I feel like I shouldn't. I feel like I should just keep on going. I'm so tired. I'm so sleepy. I'm sleepy and acting weird because I was on call for my work last night, and there were like 6 false flags, and it makes a really loud noise in Rootly when you get pinged on stuff. So that's life. That's life. Yeah. Okay. So this is fine. Uh. Shift Alt F. Can we do the format on save? Shift Alt F. I'm so tired I can't think straight right now. But I want to get to 2 hours. 2 hours, and then I'll quit it. My brain's falling apart because I'm too tired. Alright, let's just do some placeholder stuff. Oh, it already did some cool stuff for me. Cool. Handlers for the OAuth. Control 2. Yeah. Test the flow at some point. So then, yeah. I don't like that we're duplicating this code every time. Why is it doing that? Oh, it's because it's silly. What if I just did a Fanic here? That'd be fun. Yay. What the fuck is up with stream bit rates? Maybe I can learn about that. Stream bit rate. OBS? OBS. Oh. Why is it making it different? Shouldn't this be 6,800? Okay. What if we do that? That changed things. Okay. Ha! Yeah. Connection's better now. Okay. I'm so tired. Why isn't the... Oh, because the provider string. Yeah, okay. Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, I still get the same thing. We ask the same question. Yeah, let's do option one. I think that works. Let's do option one. 1:45. 2 hours. Oh no. That's wrong. Slightly. I mean, it's better. Control 2, control 2, control 2. Control that blank. Control. Why is it saying there's a Google OAuth? Control page up, control 2. Why is there even a Google OAuth config object? Oh, I know why. I know why. It's because I'm a silly goose. Google. Yeah. Oh, is that my dog? Are you going crazy, buddy? Are you a good boy? Are you a good boy? Yes, you are. Yes, you are. You're a good puppy. You're a good puppy. Yeah, yeah. You psycho puppy. God, why do we have a Google Auth config? Why do we need the Google one though? So we have to build the Google OAuth config URL here. I don't think we have this right exactly. It's the OAuth login. But the OAuth config shouldn't be a You doing okay, buddy? I can solve stupid problems. So we have the OAuth config here. This is right though. we have an OAuth provider object? Oh, we do. Oh, we do. Oh no, we do. Oh. No, I'm wrong. Almost. Wait, let's Control Y, Control 2, Control Z. Well, definitely the Google OAuth should be in the Google section, or at least maybe providers. Maybe we split this out into Google later. Oh, we just get rid of the self here, and then we're fine. We could just delete this up here. Okay. Now that should give us an error. Well, I mean, in theory, it would give us an error. Trait. What's the fucking trait? Check out this. You'll go out, just not yet. My dog's whining at me. My dog is whining at me. He's a good boy. I know you probably see something out there. Ooh, OAuth handler. Yeah, handler, handler, handler. You're a good boy. You're a good boy. You're a good boy. Yes, you are. You're a good ducky. You're my favorite ducky. You're my favorite ducky. But no. Not yet. All you do when you go out is you just eat leaves. You don't even pee. Unless you're out when you really need to pee. Uh, I don't know. Control, Control D, delete, delete. So we have the OAuth provider handler. You're not going out yet. I know you probably saw, like, I don't know, a butterfly. You're a good puppy. You're a good puppy. But I know your game. I know your game. I know your game. I know your game. What? You gonna bark at me now? You didn't get what you want? You're a good boy. But you aren't doing that yet. We aren't going out yet. We aren't doing that. We aren't doing that. We aren't doing that. Uh-uh. 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 Go to your crate. Go to your crate. Good boy. Okay. Oh, I'm so tired. I'm not even gonna try and think about that too much. No, no, no. Got it. So tired. I don't want to think about this, so I'm just gonna let it do its thing. Oh, let's spend 2 hours. That's cool. That's cool. I don't need a reference to self in there. Me sleepy. God, this code's gonna be dog shit, isn't it? Oh, I'm not thinking. Cool. Shouldn't. Just the this is what AI does. It makes it so you're brain dead. You can still do some programming. I feel I'm melting. Yeah. Encapsulation. It's probably fine. I say that, and it's definitely not fine. Oh no, why did I? Okay. Check if the provider exists. It's a bad request. The provider's configured. How we do it? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. JSON errors, the auth login. Why can't I just shift alt F? I get the provider for it. A reference to the app state. Do we need a reference to the app state like this? Doesn't this like borrow it or whatever? I don't fucking. I'll figure it out when I figure it out. Shouldn't they shouldn't cargo build? Yeah, I know, but it's gonna be fine. Okay, I'm gonna end the stream. I'm so motherfucking tired, like a bitch. I know, very sad, very sad, very sad. That's okay. That's okay. This is so stupid, but I cool here, I guess. I guess I'm done for right now because it's been like 2 hours and 15 minutes and my brain is melting because I'm tired because I didn't get enough sleep last night, but I was able to do some just refactoring that's needed, even though I'm tired. So I guess I'm done. Bye bye. I'm so fucking sleepy.